But I also think it's possible to remain fresh. Fucking explosions. Just try this again. But it's also possible to remain... Ugh. I can talk.
Why?
Do you ever start something, you don't really know why, or you visit a place, you don't know why you went there, or you revisit a place time and time again without any real kind of purpose behind the visit? Or you procrastinate about going somewhere or doing something because you don't really know what you're going to do when you get there. Like right now I'm in Madrid, which is a place I've been coming several times a year for more than 20 years. It's a place I know and love, but the idea of what I'm doing here is scarcely formed and I don't really know. I had no plans and I've just been for a few runs, and although I had COVID, which knocked me flat for a little while, and been out a few nights, taken a few photos, random photos of not very much. It's Christmas time, so we're just enjoying time with my partner's family, which is fine. Shut up, pigeons. I think it's easy. Pigeons. I think it's easy to remain directionless for really important things. So it's New Year's Eve in Madrid. That means lots of explosions. What was I saying? Yes, I was saying that I think it's easy to remain directionless even for things which are really important, which are not necessary for basic survival, but which are nevertheless important. So it's easy to not have purpose for things that are important to us. Well, that's the case for me anyway. But it's also possible to remain fresh when doing the same thing or revisiting the same place again and again by approaching with openness to new possibility and with a sense of self-awareness of why you're there, and perhaps, yes, a little bit of planning. So I started my YouTube channel back in April 22 with a relatively vague idea that I was going to make videos around underwater photography. And I didn't have a clear plan, I think. And I think I've reached that point now where I should articulate a more definitive plan for the YouTube channel. Better late than never, right? Since I started my YouTube channel, I've learned quite a few things about how to run a YouTube channel and how not to run a YouTube channel. And I know that I'm breaking all sorts of rules around the quality of my thumbnails, my titles, frequency with which I upload, which is not very frequent. All those things I know I'm doing wrong, but I figure I'm still going to do it because at the end of the day I actually really enjoy it, and this should be one of the defining principles for why we do something, right? I'm only slightly more comfortable talking to camera at best. That is one of the things I find difficult about this whole thing. I'm all for finding your path, your why, in terms of why do you want to do something. I'm all for finding your path sort of organically and letting it reveal itself to you as you go. But also I think it's time I imposed a little bit of discipline perhaps on the YouTube channel. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to commit to a few things for the YouTube channel going into 2024. It's actually New Year's Eve 2023 as I'm recording this right now, and 2024 is, we're going to see a new start. So I want to outline the headlines of what the YouTube channel is, and not really what it isn't, but what it is. So number one, the art of photography. So whilst I'm interested in gear and equipment and it's necessary to make videos, we need the gear, that's not what this channel is about. It's about the expression, the narrative, the story behind images, why we make them, and yeah, that to me is the interesting part of photography, not how we make them, although I might do a bit of that as well. Still lots of it. I said it's New Year's Eve, like explosions. Second thing, water photography. I love the beach, the sea, the ocean, all that stuff. And so to have some sort of theme, another explosion, I'm going to continue to do the underwater photography and the photography around the water because that's something that really interests me, so I'll keep doing that. Next thing is just photography in general. I don't want to limit myself, so you know, if I find something that interests me that I think the audience might be interested in as well, I'll be doing that. Next thing is about the journey, and I use that's a fairly loose sense of a topic or a theme, if you like, but if you believe, as I do, that the journey is just as important as the destination, then quite literally the journey to my photographic locations and all that surrounds that is just as interesting to me as well. So some more sort of vlog style films I might be making. And what was the last thing? The last thing I had on my list was, yeah, other stuff, because there might be other stuff that I want to do. Because why limit yourself, you know? So, those are the themes and those are the topics. And so, my public commitment to the channel, because as everyone will tell you, in order to stick to, just so you know, my son is here helping me at the moment and he's trying to put me off, which is hard enough trying to speak to camera without having a 12-year-old offspring trying to trip you up. Well, it ain't gonna happen, mate. Yeah, anyway, my public commitment to the channel is to do the following. And the first thing, number one, is to keep making the sort of videos that I like to watch, which is to say, the YouTubers that don't take themselves too seriously, who don't pretend that they know everything about everything, and don't have a hyperactive way of presenting, like, you know, that's not me. I'm not hyperactive, just normal stuff is best. Second commitment is to keep improving my YouTube narrative skills, because this is a format that I've grown to really love. I love watching YouTube videos themselves, which is why I got into making these videos. So to keep improving on that. The third thing is to keep a more consistent upload schedule. I know I said before I fail at that, but that's what I'm going to try and do. Fourth, is to grow my audience. I'd like to grow my audience because there's a lot of time, effort, energy, commitment goes into making these videos. They take a hell of a long time to make, and I really hope they're of value. So the more people that watch them would be great. So that's another thing I'm going to try and do, is to grow the audience. And that means that if you're watching this now, you're part of my audience, and thank you very much, because it means a lot to me that people are watching what I've got to say and are interested in it. So thank you. What else did I want to say? If there's something you think I should be doing more of or less of, then let me know in the comments, because I would really like to know, actually. I have no idea often my direction, which is the whole point of this video. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm losing my notes. So yeah, thank you for watching. Glad you made it this far. And that's it for today. Please like, subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in the next channel on a more regular upload schedule. Bye for now. That'll do. That's sort of what I meant to say.